Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be sharing the story of how I manifested a continuous string of jobs through scripting. So this was back when I was about 16 or 17 and I decided that it would be fun to be a model for a while. So I decided to script it. And let me just say, I did not seek out one single job. I did not seek out anything after scripting it, it all just came to me. So in this video I will be sharing with you the scripts and explaining through each one, because along with obviously the larger manifestation of these jobs coming to me, I also manifested many smaller details within this big manifestation, okay? So I'm going to read the first script. I've got 3 here because I did multiple scripts during this time, but these are the 3 main ones. So I'll start with the first one. Thank you so much. I am so happy and grateful and excited. I am now working consistently as a model. It feels amazing and exciting. I truly feel like I am in a movie when I am in front of the camera. Thank you so much for bringing me these opportunities that allow me to have fun and express myself. So that's the first one. The second one, I am so happy and grateful. Thank you so much. I am really enjoying working as a model. I work consistently, but not too consistently. I feel very comfortable with the people I work with. They are all so lovely and considerate. I have a lovely and fun time with them all. Everyone wants to work with me. It is amazing and feels great. Thank you so much. So after writing these scripts, I actually started receiving modelling job offers by chance. Well, it seemed by chance, but obviously we know it wasn't. But as I said, I did not seek out anything. I actually ended up meeting people through other people that I knew that I had no idea they had connection to modelling. So I met these people through other people and they offered me these jobs. So this is often how it comes to you. It looks like it's coming by chance. It looks like it's coincidence that you've been in the right place at the right time, but you know deep down it's happened because you've asked for it, okay? And this is how it looks. It looks like chance, but it's not. So I just started meeting people that offered me jobs. So I wrote that I work consistently, but not too consistently. Now I usually had like 1 modelling job a week, which was what I was happy with because I was very young and I was quite nervous back then. So it was too much for me to be doing it more than that. So I wrote that came true. I also wrote, I feel very comfortable with the people I work with. They are all so lovely and considerate. I have a lovely and fun time with all of them. Now, this was actually an important part because as I said, I was very nervous back then. I actually had extreme social anxiety back then, which took me a few years to get over. It was very difficult for me to be around people. So this is why I wrote those lines, because I wanted to manifest that I felt comfortable and relaxed being around people. So I wrote that, and this actually came true. I found that everybody who ended up in the studio were people that really did make me feel comfortable. And this was definitely a manifestation because I didn't feel comfortable around anyone. So it was a really big thing for me to actually find people who I felt this way with. So that was actually a big manifestation. I also wrote that everybody wants to work with me. Now this actually came true as well. Every person I came into contact with in this studio was offering me work, so they all wanted to work with me as well. So it was kind of just snowballing, so this absolutely came true as well. Everyone did want to work with me. Now, this is the last script. Now there are some unusual things that I put into this script and I'm going to explain why at the end, but first I'll read it. So here it is. I am so happy and grateful. I am really enjoying my experiences as a model. I love being in the studio. I feel so calm and relaxed when I am there. I also really enjoy talking with everyone who I meet. I have been having some extremely interesting conversations about all the interesting and weird things I like to talk about. It feels amazing to be meeting people who I can have these conversations with. Thank you so much. Also, something so strange has been happening. Every time I go into the studio, people keep repeating my name over and over again. Super weird. Okay, so the reason why I put some weird things in there is because I wanted to experiment, because I thought if I ask for something that is just so frigging weird and something that's just so unusual, then if this occurs, there is no way it's a coincidence, right? And because I was very young at this point, so I just started my scripting journey, so I wanted to really play around with it, and I really recommend doing this. So I asked for some super weird things that I had no attachment to, just to sit back and watch them come true. And they did come true. So let's go with the first one. So I wrote that I'm now having some extremely interesting conversations with the people in the studio. Now, everyone in the studio was so lovely, but no one there was really interested in talking about the kind of unusual things I like to talk about, like metaphysical stuff, you know, the things I talk about on this channel, and conspiracy theories, aliens, manifestation, all of these things that I like to talk about. No one in the studio was really interested in talking about those things. Now, there was a man who I would speak to a lot when I went to the studio, just in a small talky kind of way, because he wasn't really interested in these things. But after writing this, the next time I went into the studio, this guy was suddenly talking to me about all of these subjects that I love to talk about, that he had never been interested in before. And I was just like looking at him, just like smiling, because I was seeing my manifestation come true, and he was just like, why is she looking at me like that? Because he had no idea. So that was the first small detail. Now, I also wrote that people have been repeating my name over and over again, because it's such an unusual thing that, you know, if I knew that if that came true, it would just be so cool, because there would be no way it was a coincidence. So I wrote that, and just like with the conversations, the next time I went into the studio, people were like stuttering and repeating my name. Like when someone would greet me, they would like stutter on my name and repeat it like 3 times before they would get it right. And once again, I was just like smiling, like, wow. And they were just like, why are you smiling at me? So I really recommend doing this. I really recommend with your scripts, just putting in there something weird and unusual for 2 reasons. One, because it helps build up your belief, because when you see something so strange that doesn't usually occur in reality it builds up your faith in your scripting power, because you just know there's no way that that's happened for any other reason than because you scripted it, because it would be too much of a coincidence. So putting these things in there is a great way to build up belief. Now, another reason it's such a good idea to put strange things in there is a reason I've spoken about on my channel before, that if you put something strange and unusual into your script, your brain is 10 times more likely to believe it, for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's more imperfect, like reality is. When something's too perfect, your mind sometimes finds it hard to accept it. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because if something is slightly unusual and out of the blue, your brain just remembers it more. Think of the days of your week that have all been the same. They all blur together and you're like, what day is it today? But if there was a day where something unusual happened, you aren't going to forget it, because it stands out. So those are the 2 reasons why it's great to just play around with your scripts and put something weird in there. So as I said, I wrote these scripts, every detail came true. After writing these scripts, probably within a couple of months, I started just meeting people through other people that I knew that started offering me these jobs, and then people who I would meet in the studio would offer me more jobs, and being offered these jobs through these people continued for years. I still get offered jobs today. So it's been going on for years, and I have never once seeked out one single modelling job. They all just get offered to me, right? And now I'm not saying you shouldn't seek out jobs. If you're feeling desperate, like you need to make it happen, you don't want to seek out anything from that energy. But if you see an opportunity, definitely go for it. You know, if you're in the right energy, you're not feeling desperate, you just see an opportunity, definitely go for it. So I'm not recommending just sitting on your ass and being passive. Just look at what energy you're in. And if you're feeling like you're not feeling desperate and you have faith in your scripting and you just see an opportunity, definitely go for it. So The only other things I did during this time was I had a lot of fun playing music and visualizing being a model. I had loads of fun just like putting great music on and just visualizing my experience as I believed it would be to be a model. And that was great fun, and that got me into the energy of it. And the only other thing I did was I just kind of played the part. Like, I really started to see myself as a model and believe I was a model, you know? And it's good to play the part, because quite frankly, if you can't be asked to be that person when you're asking for that reality, the reality of the person who has that reality, then it's like you can't really live it, can you? Because you're basically refusing to live it before it's come to you. So if you can be that person before it actually shows up in your reality, that's a really good thing to do. So those are the only things I did during this time. So this is a really cool manifestation story, in my opinion. So I really hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.